it's Pam here again on day 4 of the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge by Margaret at 7 Plaza and Tony at Crafty by Tony. It's a month-long ABC challenge, and each day has a different letter. So today is D, and I'm going to be doing some decoupage using dryer sheets. So we got 2 D's, decoupage and dryer sheets. So let me show you what we're going to do. I have 2 things here. This is a little watercolor piece that I just did with watercolor. It's a stamp, and then I watercolored it. And then this is just a black and white drawing sketch that I did sometime back. We're going to use those 2 things, plus possibly this thing. I don't know yet. Probably don't need to do that. But what I wanted to do is, first I wanted to show you, here is your typical dryer sheet. As you can see, it's white. It's translucent. And that's your typical dryer sheet. You can use it just like that if you want. But I chose to do some coffee dyeing. So I have, you can see the comparison, I have a dark one and a light one that has been coffee dyed. The dark one I am not going to use today, but I am going to show you what it looks like between the 2. So if you just did the white one, and this is on white copy paper, I copied my drawing, which is on watercolor paper, but I just copied it. And it's on white copy paper. If you just put the white over it, it mutes everything a little bit, but it doesn't really change the black and white aspect. If you do the light colored coffee dyed, so that's dyed decoupage dryer sheets. Wait, dyed dryer sheets decoupaged, whatever. Anyway, if you see, you put the coffee dyed one over it, and it turns it like it has been coffee dyed. And you just lay it over, and then it looks like it's been coffee dyed. So you have that one that's that shade, and then you have this one that's a darker shade. And that gives you even more of a coffee dyed look. So that would depend on how coffee dyed you wanted your image to be. And you can do this with any image, something out of the magazine. You can do it on envelopes. You can do it on anything. And there it is on the watercolor, and how different the colors look there compared to the regular color. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I will tell you some other things. I'm not going to show you what I'll tell you. I'm going to use the lighter today because I don't want it to be very, very, very dark. So I'm going to use the lighter dryer sheet today, and coffee dyed. And I'm going to do it on this little mat so that I don't mess up my paper underneath. And what I'm going to do, I have my decoupage here, and I'm going to put it over here on this sheet. Got my paintbrush, and that's what you need. You need something you want to decoupage over. You need a dryer sheet that is coffee dyed if you want it to look vintage, and you need a matte medium or some sort of medium. It can be Mod Podge. It can be anything that you decoupage with. I use Liquitex matte medium. It's my decoupage medium of choice. And what you're going to do, and I hope, because this is printed, so I hope my I'm not going to put a thick layer over the printing. I hope it doesn't bleed. I won't guarantee that it won't bleed, but I'm not going to put it very heavy. So I'm just going to put a coat over the whole thing here, just like this. I got my cord, there we go, in the way of my phone, from my phone. So we're just gonna decoupage that And I am going to lay this just right over it. Just lay it right over it. Just like that. And then I'm going to decoupage over it again. Over this. Oops. And this works just like tissue. Like you do when a decoupage a napkin. It works just like that. It's very forgiving. It doesn't wrinkle. I got to raise you up just a little bit. Sorry. There we go. I keep hitting the camera with my brush. So, you don't have to put heavy coat. Just a nice little light coat on it, just like that. And you will let that dry. Let me wipe off my mat. I'll set this one aside. Come on. Doesn't want to move. Wipe this off. We'll set that one aside to dry for a minute. Shouldn't take too long. Then we'll come back and I'm going to, whoa, sorry. That camera is totally in my way. But I have to be able to see through the camera too, which is my phone. And then I wanted to try, let me cut off this piece so I have another piece to work with. Okay. And I need some more decoupage medium. And we're going to do the watercolor piece. There we go. Just like that. And we're just going to do the same thing. This is on watercolor paper. I'm going to do it a little bit heavier because this is a heavier card. I put the sketch is copied and I put it on a piece of file folder. So that made it a little bit stronger. Let me take this, light this up. Lay this down over, just like this. And do it again. A little bit more. And we'll just decoupage that one. And you see the difference it makes? It makes it look vintage, makes it look like it's coffee dyed. And you didn't coffee dye this. It also gives a texture, which I think is really kind of neat. And we'll let that one dry. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is you can do a piece. This is just a cardstock with a white core, which that part doesn't really matter. So you can put it, it's a tan piece, so you could put this over this if you wanted to make this. And I scrunched this piece up. I haven't tried this, so I don't know how this one will work. Let's cut the bottom off of this so it's straight. So I don't really, that's not so straight. Let's try that again. Is that better? That might be better. It doesn't really matter. You can cut it afterwards. I think I want to try it on this side. Well, maybe. I want to see if this will scrunch up and stay scrunched up. I've wrinkled it up, balled it up, rolled it up, squished it up really good, and I want to make this be textured if I can. Let's do it on this. No, yeah, let's do it on this side. So we'll do a nice little layer again of matte medium. Doing a little bit thicker layer. I think the thicker layers help a little bit. Wipe that off. Then let's lay this down and try to keep it textured by it being wrinkled up a little bit, like this. And then we're going to put matte medium over the top of that and see if we can make it be, I've never tried this, so I don't know if this will work or not. Let's see. I have done the decoupage on top of, I've done that before some time back, and I did some envelopes in a journal that I wanted them to be vintage looking, and they weren't so vintage looking. I'm just going to put a little bit right on top of this, because I don't need a whole lot more. Just like this. I even made with dryer sheets. This is the thing. I started to do this process, but it was a labor-intensive process, and so I didn't want to try to do it on screen. But I took like 4 layers of dryer sheet because I wanted to make a pencil pocket for a lap book that I made. And so I'm scrunching this up as I go here. Let's see if that stays. I don't know if it will or not. I'm putting a pretty heavy coat on here, hoping that will stay. I'm not sure it will, but we'll see. We'll let it sit there. So I took dryer sheets, like 4 sheets of dryer sheet. Let's see. And layered them all together with decoupage. I just kept layering, and I put them across a pencil. I'll give you an idea. Move this aside. I'm just going to show you what I did while that dries a little bit. It's not wanting to stick so well to that. So I took a pencil, worked on my mat there, and I laid the pencil down, and I literally soaked the dryer sheet in the matte medium so that it was wet. I mean, it was very wet. And then I would take the several sheets, and actually I just took one and folded it over, but I had about 4 layers that I just kept putting over it, more decoupage, putting over it, and then I would mold the pencil, mold it to the pencil. And then as it dried a little bit, I would take the pencil out so it wouldn't stay stuck in there. But I had like 4 layers of dryer sheet molded around this pencil to make a pocket. So I had it flat here and flat here. And I just kept pushing it and adding matte medium and pushing it and adding matte medium, adding layers. And as it dried, I kept loosening the pencil so that it wouldn't get stuck. And as it dried, it stayed molded to the pencil. It worked out great. And then as it was completely dry, it was like hard. It was perfect. It was like hard. And then you could even stitch around it. So after I had that mold made, then I took my sewing machine and stitched around it so it looked like it was going to be stitched onto where I put it. And it looked great. It turned out great. So I've only done that once. It took a lot of matte medium to do that. Just to warn you. Now let's see how these are doing that I did a while ago. Okay, still a little damp. But okay, so I think I'm going to have to put a whole lot more on this to make this actually stick down. Because that's what I had to do with the other. And so this is, I mean, and I don't know if it'll stay stuck. It might not. Because like I said, I've not tried to do it textured like this. I just wanted to see if it would do it. There, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm just going to move that aside. I don't know if that'll work or not, but here we go. Here's this. It's almost dry. It is stuck. And then we'll just trim off. Hold on. My cord keeps getting in my way. So we'll just trim off the excess here. Here. Just trim off this excess. So this might be something you want to try. You want to give a little different texture to some ephemera. Then you can do this. You could do it to a tag. You could do it to a plain sheet that doesn't have an image on it, just a plain tag base of your choice, and then decoupage, collage over the top of it. But that's how that looks. Now, you can sew around this, and I'm going to do a little edging with walnut stain distress ink. So let me get that out. I moved the camera, I think. I don't know if I did or not, but anyway, get it back in. So then I'm just going to take this distress ink and I'm going to go around it. Just like that. Then you have, it's real easy to stain the dryer sheet, to dye it with so this is a dyed decoupaged dryer sheet for the D in the alphabet and day 4. So that's how that looks. I like it. I like that it has a nice, you can hear the texture, has a nice texture to it. So I like how that looks. We can do the same. Oh, this one's not dry yet. I gotta put a little bit more on it. So I'm not going to be able to do anything with that one yet because it's not dry yet. But you see how it works and you see what it does. And it is, I like the texture. Like I said, I have covered envelopes with it. You also, if you didn't want to decoupage, you could do it with a glue stick. I've not tried that. I don't know if it will stay. You know what? Let's try that. Because we're still in the D's with the dryer sheet, right? So let me find a little piece. I just want to use a little, I've got a little piece, this little piece left right here. So I want a piece of cardstock about that same size. Here we go. This will make a little tag. So let me do this one. Let's see how that does. Something else I've not tried. I've not tried it with a glue stick. We're going to let this be still over here because it's not dry yet. So I'm going to lay it over here. Wipe off a mat. Turn my decoupage sheet that I'm using the decoupage over to the back side. And I'll do it on this. And let's try it. Let's try the glue stick. I've not tried that. That's my dryer sheet. I'm going to glue on my glue page here with my Scotch Create, and I understand they're not making that anymore. And so I haven't even looked because I've got a couple of these in reserve, so I haven't even looked to see what's available as a replacement. All right, so let's see what this does. I can't remember. It's been so long since I put it on the envelope. I can't remember how I attached it, but I'm not sure this is going to stick. doesn't act like it wants to. It might with Fabri-Tac. I'm not getting that out. Fabri-Tac and I do not get along. So, this doesn't act like it wants to. It might if you left it there, but it's not acting very promising. See, that's more stuck. Paddle here. It's more stuck to that. Oh, duh. Girl, I'm so dumb. No wonder it wouldn't stick. I didn't even have the glue side. I don't know how I did that. Let's try that again. Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's doing it. How did I forget that turned over? I don't even know. Did y'all see me do that? Crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I gotta clean my mat off a little bit here. I got a little spray bottle with water. I like to do this sort of thing on my magazine because then I don't have anything to clean up. I just turn the page and go. Okay, now it's doing it. Yes. It does help if you have the glue side down. I mean, the glue side up. I don't know how I got that turned over. Did y'all see me turn it over? I don't even know how I got that turned over. Y'all probably going, crazy girl. Okay, it does work. The glue stick works. Cut this down. Cut this side down. Okay, glue stick works. So if you just want to cover something and not use decoupage, you can use a glue stick. It looks like it works great. Let's double check that. And there you go. Love it. Love the texture that this gives. It is so very cool. See? I love it. Is this one dry yet? Oh, this one's getting dry. This one's not dry yet. Still, it's better, but it's not completely dry. I don't want to cut it with my scissors until it's more dry. But you see how it also looks more vintage. And I like that. And then let's see. Let me check this one. I don't know how well this one's going to do. It doesn't act like it wants to do. I do remember that when I was making the pencil holder that it was, see, this is really squishy. So I'm just going to squish it down with my fingers. But it was this, at least this wet when I was making the, and I had to, it had to dry, and then I would put another layer, and then it would dry, and I would put another layer. I think that will hold once that is all dry. But you see, you would have this nice wrinkled texture that you then can do a collage of something over it. And that is my D of the alphabet. Where's the other thing? Oh, here it is. So we decoupaged, we dyed, we have dyed decoupage dryer sheets that we have put on our project for the letter D of the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge for the month of April. So that is what I wanted to show you today. Just a little technique you might not be aware of, might not thought of. I have tons of dryer sheets because, well, how many dryer sheets do we use as we wash our clothes? So this one is just glue stick with nothing over the top. That worked great. This one is done with decoupage over a black and white drawn image This one is just a piece of cardstock. It was white on one side that I've wrinkled the dryer sheet, and it's going to take a while to dry, but we'll see. And I showed and I told you and demonstrated loosely, very loosely, a way to make a pencil holder with dryer sheets as well. So I appreciate you coming along. If you've just found me, thanks for coming, and I'm glad you're here. And I hope you found something interesting enough to come back. And if you liked this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you all who are already my subscribers and who already watch my videos. And if you have any comments, please let me know. Let me know what you think about this project, and is this something you're going to try? And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.